APC and Boko Haram were able to put bombs, explosives inside those APCs, and they exploded in camera. That goes a long way to show you the kind of damage the Boko Haram has done in Mongono. Mongono is the village of the National Security Advisor. So having laid this background and having made this allegation, this is not just allegation, but it is a fact. I'm going to play to you some videos that will go a long way in giving you some backgrounds and confirming all that I have just said in this opening speech. On this ground, I will invite you to now invite your friends, invite your brothers and sisters, those who, especially those who shout One Nigeria, invite them, because we're going to put one or two things together this evening to confirm to you the role that Brutai is playing in regrouping Boko Haram to fight and kill Nigerians. And remember, the only reason why Brutai have to engage in this is Fulanization of Nigeria and Islamization of Nigeria. Islamization of Nigeria is real, whether you believe in it or not. Fulanization of Nigeria is real, whether you believe in it or not. It is something we call, they have adopted the approach we call smooth approach. The smooth approach is the approach that when they kill, it doesn't matter how many years it takes them to kill you. It doesn't matter how many years it takes them to run over Nigeria, but they have adopted the smooth operating system, which is coming to kill, create fear, give you fear in your community. You flee, you live in IDP camps, and after a few months, Fulanis will come there and they start with their cow. They start grazing their cow, and then after grazing their cow, anybody that comes back to the village or to that community will be killed, and gradually they start to move you, and they start to remove you from your land, and it becomes, at the end of the day, it becomes land grabbing. This land grabbing will happen. It has started already. It's already started happening, and it will go as many years as possible until they have finished conquering the place they want to conquer with this kind of terrorist attacks. And then the other side of the Biafra land will be conquered. It doesn't matter how many years it is going to take them. So what we are doing now is that the earlier you wake up from your slumber, the earlier you wake up and see the reality of life, what is about to befall you, the better for you. The only solution to what I am about to show you this evening, the only solution to what we are about to talk this evening is disintegration of Nigeria. Today, I was able to listen to Senator Abaribe, Engineer Abaribe, in one of the conference which I participated. I just listened, watched and listened to him. I did not comment. I did not ask any question in that Zoom. But I wanted to make a lot of comments and talk to Senator Engineer Abaribe. But I must say, I must commend Engineer Abaribe. He is very straightforward person. He is very smart Igbo man. He is very resolute Biafran. And because I have read in a report where one of the slave to the caliphate, in the name of Loretta Onochie, or what is she called, calling for arrest of Senator Engineer Abaribe for his support, for his stand on Biafra people, for his stand on Igbo ethnic group. And for this reason, this woman, who I don't know what she does, is calling for the arrest of Senator Engineer Abaribe, also claiming that he must be charged for treasonable offense. So on this reason, I listened to Engineer Abaribe today, yesterday during the Zoom conference, and I must say The situation in Nigeria is very, very ugly. It is very, very, very ugly, even more uglier than I knew. After listening to Senator Eninaya Abaribe, I must say that the situation again is very, very ugly. It is very, 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 very ugly. And it may surprise you that in as much as we hold Senator Abaribe to high esteem, he still believes that the Nigeria system has a long way and the Biafran people has a long way to go. We have a long way to go. That is what I understood, and that is what I could conclude from the contest and the responses from Eninaya Abaribe. On this note, may I dare make clear today, which is the 21st, already this is the 21st where I am now, but the 20th day of June in Nigeria, in Biafra, and the 21st day of June where I am now. May I make it very clear for those who think that they have been fighting for Biafra or fighting for Nigeria disintegration for 21 years. I dare say today I have the key. I have the key. I'm not saying that I have the key to whatever that is going to bring Biafra, but I must say I am making it public today. I have the key to what is going to disintegrate Nigeria. I have the key to what is going to restore Biafra. And this key, a lot of people are asking, what is the roadmap of this? IPOB, bring your roadmap. This one, bring your roadmap. Like I said, I did not join the Biafra agitator. I did not join for the restoration of Biafra because somebody has convinced me of having a roadmap or having a blueprint on how to restore Biafra. No. I joined this race. I joined these agitators because I believe I have what to offer to the restoration of Biafra. What I have to offer to this restoration of Biafra has nothing to do with the social media awareness that I am embarking on. And this is an evidence when I embark on something, by the grace of God, I am not going back until that is achieved. And I am making it public today that those who are claiming that they have what it takes to get Biafra, you are very, very far from the truth. Very, very far. I am going to work with any group. I am going to work with any individual. I am going to bring in what I have to offer and what I have gathered to offer for the restoration of Biafra. And believe me, I am not here to shout for 5 years. I am not going to shout more than 5 years. And believe me, I will invest my 5 years for the restoration of Biafra, and Biafra will come. It is not by my power. It is not by boasting. But I believe God has impacted every one of us to play their role at the right time. I have come to join this struggle at the right time. I'm not interested in what everybody say about me. I am not interested whether you trust me or not. Don't trust me. I'm not looking for your trust. But what I'm looking for is that you take my word. Take my idea when the time comes and do my idea, implement my idea. You don't need to implement all of the idea, but believe me, I have one idea that will bring Biafra. Don't need to implement all the idea I give you. You don't need to trust me. I'm not looking for somebody to trust me, but believe me, you take what God has impacted in me and why God brought me to join this Biafra struggle. I'm not looking for trust. I am not looking for trust, and I will never look for trust. But what I'm doing is that if you are convinced by what I have done, if you are convinced by what I'm doing so far to try to enlighten our people, that is okay by me. You don't need to trust me. I'm not looking for your trust. But believe me, I have come to sacrifice whatever I have to make sure Biafra people are liberated. So, on this note, I have volunteered to be engaging every group leader who are, agitating for Biafra I want to engage every group. It is not to say that I'm discrediting what you are doing. It is not to say that I am here to condemn you. And that was the reason why I agreed and have accepted to debate with the leader, or I don't know whether he's the leader or or the secretary, somebody called Emeka Emekesiri, who actually is the leader also the movement for Biafran in Nigeria or something like that. I have accepted to debate with him, and the essence of this debate is not to discredit whatever they are doing, but I want to let them know that we all need to channel whatever we're going to do to one group. We have to be speaking in one voice. The essence of engaging this different group is that after I engage them, I'm not going to tell them how to get Biafra or what. Of course, I'm gonna review part of the step to getting Biafra, but the main key to get Biafra, I'm not going to make it public, at least not for now, but I'm going to engage them objectively to just let them know that whatever plan they are bringing or whatever plan they think may bring Biafra can never work in the present day of Nigeria. And the way the world and global politics is, you need to do something differently. You need to bring new thing on board. And that new thing, I have not seen anyone doing it. So don't forget to join me the day I will be debating with Emeka Emekesiri. He's based in London. He's an attorney. According to him, he was part of the founder of IPOB. And I don't want to know whether he's the founder of IPOB or not. As far as I'm concerned, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at this point is and remain the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. I'm not going to argue with him or debate with him about the government of IPOB. I'm only going to debate and argue with him why his approach to getting Biafra will be fruitless. And it is time, whatever energy he has, all this energy should be channeled to making Biafra restoration a very fruitful one. And at the moment, this debate is scheduled to take place on the 4th of July. And the time is yet to confirm by me. There is already time set for it, but I need to confirm that time separately, and we'll make it public for all of you to join in that debate and listen to an amazing argument how the approach of customary law or customary through getting Biafra through customary government or customary court will be a charade in the present Nigeria. Now, going further, I want to present to you the topic of the day. The topic of the day, like I said, is a proof, trying to prove to you the role the Nigerian military and Burutai have played in supporting and aiding Boko Haram fighters in the northeast of Nigeria. Remember, when they are aiding the fighters in the northeast, they are also aiding and sponsoring and arming those you see that are invading the southern part of Nigeria. And those people you see invading part of southern Nigeria, they are not Nigerians. They are foreign and mercenary. They are foreign fighters. They are mercenary and coming to fight you in the southern part of Nigeria. And for this reason, I am going to show you this evening how the role and how Boko Haram how Burutai has participated in sponsoring Boko Haram and the upsurge, the sudden upsurge in Boko Haram fight in the northeast. Now let us go there. First of all, I will in the same manner when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called for the release of Olisametu, it is time we start a movement. How he is going to be released, we don't know. But on this line, we are also calling in accordance to our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's call to release Olisametu, that Olisametu should be released immediately without any delay. The call for Olisametu release is the evidence What I'm about to show to you now is the evidence that we can no longer tolerate the lopsidedness in this persecution of individuals whom they claim they are fighting for corruption and those who have looted money in Nigeria. And what I'm about to do now, is part of the call. One moment. One moment. For those of you who say, I hope you don't end in trouble for Adria. Yes, please listen to me. No individual can restore Biafra. No individual, no human being. So you don't misquote me. You don't begin to because you Nigerians know how to quote somebody out of context. See, I did not say I am going. The only thing I said, I have ideas. I have what I can bring on the table to restore Biafra. No individual can restore Biafra. No single person can restore Biafra. It is going to involve collective fight, collective effort of every parties involved. No individual can bring Biafra or restore Biafra. But believe me, it is the idea of that we're going to use to restore Biafra will come from human being. It's not going to come from heaven. It's not going to come from a multitude of people. It's going to come from human being. It's going to come from one single person. And it is going to be ideas combined together. It is going to be bringing idea of different people together, and you will use it to get Biafra. Biafra is not going to come by ideas of 1 million people. No. Biafra is going to come by the ideas of 2 million people. No. Biafra is going to come by the idea of one person. Idea of one person or idea of few individuals coming together and must be pushed collectively by a different group. That is the idea. So if I engage your group in debate, and after debating, you find out that I have presented a superior argument than your representative in your group, after that debate, I will ask you and plead with you to go and make peace with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the idea. The idea is that if I am able to, if my argument is superior to Emeka Emekesiri, I will, after the debate, if people feel that my argument is more superior, I will ask him and plead with him to go and make peace with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The peace you are going to make with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not because you have to now bring in and start working under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No. The peace you are going to make with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is that you are not going to be criticizing, whatever any other group is doing in public. If you must do so, you must have first-hand information, be able to communicate with the leadership of IPOB, which has become the most formidable group as Biafra restoration is concerned. So if my argument is superior and people feel that I have presented a very strong argument to show that the approach being used by this Emekesiri group is not achievable, then we will now have to tell him to make sure that there is peace between him and the leadership of IPOB. And then this peace between him and leadership of IPOB does not mean that he's going to be working under IPOB. Does not mean that his group will be working under IPOB, but that we must be speaking in one voice, especially the issue of Biafra national interest. So if any statement is going to be given against the Nigerian government, they must not deviate. The statements must be in line with the best interest of Biafra, and not when somebody say A and you are saying B. And not when somebody comes to say A, B, you are going to criticize the person and say A. Nnamdi Kanu is a human being. His approach may not be my approach. His approach may not be Emeka Emekesiri approach. His approach may not be any other person's approach. Because in a group where I belong, Emeka Emekesiri posted a video where Nnamdi Kanu was agitating and asking Biafrans to go and register to belong to IPOB, and then that that Biafra is going to be restored through a customary law court process. And he posted the link to that video. I went and listened to it. Of course, I told him that this has no water. He hold no water, because Nnamdi Kanu preaching that Biafra is going to come through customary court, and then now he have realized that it is not going to come. You cannot get Biafra through customary court process. There is nothing too strange or nothing too special about him preaching before and now talking a different thing. It's just like me. Some time ago, I was campaigning for Peter Obi. I was campaigning for Peter Obi, Atiku Obi presidency, hoping that Nigeria could be restructured. And today, I am not shouting about Nigeria. I am shouting about the restoration of Biafra. So you cannot go and take my video of when I was telling you that Peter Obi and Atiku have come to restructure Nigeria. You must vote them. And you now go and start playing the video that this was me campaigning for Nigeria. Everybody today, one time or the other, was one Nigeria. You have to just wake up to realize that Nigeria can never work again for you to come and embrace Biafra. And that is what we're doing. Change is constant. So if Nnamdi Kanu was once, when IPOB was formed, he was campaigning in Radio Biafra, speaking in Radio Biafra, telling people to go and register in IPOB, that IPOB is going to restore Biafra through customary court process, and then later on realized that the customary court process can never bring Biafra, and decided to change in a different way that he felt could bring Biafra. Believe me, he is not doing wrong thing. It is not wrong that he changed after realizing that the customary court can never bring Biafra, and you can never ever get Biafra through customary court process, or whichever way the Emeka Emekesiri group, they want to get Biafra. So this debate is going to be live, it's going to be Zoom. I'll make sure the link is shared so that people will listen to us, and if his argument is more superior than my own argument on how to get Biafra, then you have to also push me to join his group. But if my argument is more superior, based on fact, not hearsay, based on something that is attainable, based on factual thing, based on reality, based on what is on ground today in Nigeria, then you all have to now pressure him to make sure he make peace. I'm not saying he should make peace with me. I'm not fighting him. And the idea of this debate is not to fight him. No, I'm not fighting him. I'm not going to fight him. But the idea is that after this debate, if my argument is superior than his, then he has to make peace with Nnamdi Kanu, no matter what. And this is going to be my criteria or my reason for engaging him in debate publicly. So, on this note, the issue of Olisametu, I want you to watch and listen to what I'm about to do now. You see, when you read this news, it says, U.S. authorities probing Sabiu Yusuf, Mamandaura, the Fantels for laundering millions in Dubai, London. This was June 17, 2020. Now, my question is, what is the EFCC doing? Why are they still waiting before they can arrest Mamandaura? If the U.S. authority is now probing Mamandaura and the people listed below, we want to see them being invited by the EFCC like they did to Epis Onyema. When Onyema was I don't know whether when Onyema was invited or being indicted in the United States of America, immediately the EFCC started issuing statements that they want to start investigating Onyema, that they want to invite Onyema of Epis to come. Now, these people listed here, there is no Biafra among them. They are all Fulani. They are all Hausa Fulani. And no EFCC has invited them to question them. No DSS. So the question now I'm asking Nigeria is, what are the EFCC waiting for them to invite, just like they did to Onyema, Epis Onyema? What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for before they invite the people you are looking on these people you see here? What are they waiting for? They are being probed by the United States for laundering millions in Dubai and London. Now, and as I'm talking to you, I'm yet to read in any article, in any newspaper in Nigeria, where the EFCC, the Financial and Economic Crime or whatever commission, inviting them in Nigeria for questioning. They said authorities in the United States, US, may have commenced large-scale investigation into the massive looting of Nigeria Treasury by members of the President Muhammadu Buhari's cabal. This article go further. Point blank news source: U.S. State Department and the Department of Justice are said to have tracked money laundering activities of Buhari personal assistant and the private secretary Sabiu Tunde Yusuf, senior special assistant domestic Saraki Abba, Maman Daura, and Ismaila Isa and Abubakar Isa Fantua from 2016 to 2019 in the United Arab Emirates and the United Kingdom. While the U.S. relying on a mutual legal assistance treaty with the U.K. to compile the money laundering activities of the interested persons, they are also said to have invoked the Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act, an agreement entered with the United Arab Emirates to commence the investigation. Now, why haven't EFCC invited Maman Daura to question him, or at least to know why he is being investigated, to know why American authorities are about to open an investigation of millions and millions of dollars, pounds, money laundering in Dubai and the United Kingdom? Now, that is a question that I will allow you to begin to ask yourself and answer it by yourself. So for this reason, the demand by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to release Olisametu is in line for justice, for equity in Nigeria. You cannot allow the looter in Aso Rock to loot the money and go free, while somebody who was giving money to run election, because the money was found in his account and he did not loot the money was given to him for election, and because he is a Biafran, you are using him as a scapegoat. We cannot continue to allow that. On this note, I am taking you now to the latest attack of Boko Haram in Monguno. Monguno is the hometown of the National Security, the NSA, the National Security Advisor to the presidency. Now, you have watched the latest Boko Haram attack in the hometown of the National Security Advisor to the presidency. This was just yesterday. Yesterday, Boko Haram make it rain in his village, and the video you can see them bombing the military vehicles and all that. Anybody who think that you are seeing something different in my program today, there is nothing different other than that my mosques are showing. You don't see, there is nothing different in my program today other than the mosques I have. The mosques are showing. And in the morning, when I wake up in the morning, the mosque will show because I wear singlet. This time around, I wear t-shirt. I wear some polo, so the mosque is showing. That is the only thing different in my program. And if you think, because a lot of you are always looking for how to, especially those of you who are always on the fence, you neither comment anything, you neither comment on the program, you are only sitting, watching, looking for when somebody will have a little bit divergent view, and you start using it and making it rain on Biafra agitators. This is what most of you are doing, and we know you. And of course, somebody like me, I'm not the kind of person you can take on the ride. If you talk something out of context, I will correct you immediately, irrespective of who you are, whether you're a big or small person, because even the small persons are the one who normally carry rumors, like bigger than, they carry rumors better than the big ones. So that's why whenever I see a comment that is capable of diverting attention, I address it immediately and here and now, not later. So those of you who will say you have seen something different in my program today, nothing, absolutely nothing is different in my program. I have come to talk the way I talk because after listening to Senator Naya Abaribe today, there is need for people to know that it is not going to be very easy. And there is need for people to know, especially those of you in Nigeria, to know that it is not going to be very, very easy. It is not going to be very, very easy. So I am a person that I make judgment out of the things that come from when you speak, I make judgment out of it. Not that my judgment might be correct, but it goes a long way to differentiate what people are thinking and what is going to be, I'm always interested in listening to those who people are looking up to. And after listening to Engineer Baribe today, there is need to talk the way I am talking. So now you have seen this video. Now I want you to know something. Remember that I've always said, Burutai has been the sponsor of Boko Haram. And before this video, before the attack, remember that he just came to tell the presidency just a few days ago that they have killed 1,500 Boko Haram. The Air Force has come to tell presidency that they have killed 400 Boko Haram members and all that. And only after he has just told the president that they have killed 1,500 Boko Haram members. You remember when the presidency had the security meeting? It was after the security meeting that this happened. And for you to know that I am not the only one, after we have made this allegation, the good part now, the only good thing now is that including Nigerians, including the leaders and the senators, they have beginning to accept this fact that something is wrong with Brutai. Of course, they are beginning to suspect that Brutai have hand in Boko Haram. You know, we don't even want them to suspect. They have to agree that Brutai has sworn an oath of allegiance with Boko Haram. They have to also agree that the 90% of northern Muslim or northern Nigeria are very comfortable with Boko Haram. That is why they will be able to hold they said they hold 17 local government during Jonathan time, and now they are not. Now they are holding state. Now they are holding state. They are now holding state. And if a northern man, a northern Muslim would say they should go and walk freely in the northeast of Nigeria, for them to prove to Nigerians that Boko Haram has been defeated, then you know what something is going on. So I want you to listen to this video, which I have played this video a few days ago, and because of this latest attack, there is need to play this video again. Because of this latest attack, there is need to play this video again.
That when President Buhari came, the big issue was Boko Haram, and thereafter the farmers and the herders killings. That one has also calmed down. And then the kidnapping on major highways. Again, we have seen the back of much of that. And now banditry and rape are on the front burner. In the same way that our armed forces mobilized and they worked for the country to put down all of these escalations that we had seen, this too shall come to pass. Who knows, tomorrow maybe it may be cybercrime. That may be issue. That may be the issue. So security challenges for all nations will continue to come one way or the other. The difference governments make is how much work do they do? How well are they confronting those challenges? And I think that President Buhari deserves a real commendation the way he has done this thing so far.
So, Mr. Umar, would you give the president that commendation?
I don't want to agree with Mr. President that all these things he's saying about the security situation in the Northeast is something that has gone. Perhaps not completely. But what I will say is that we have not even woken up to fighting Boko Haram until Chad, a little country, went and dealt a severe blow to Shekau fighters, to the extent that Shekau had to lament and was almost in hysteria,
So that is the fact. After Chad attacked Boko Haram, Shekau was lamenting and shouting and laying curses and abuses to the Chadian government and the Chadian president and their military. And Shekau knows that his end and the time is his life is numbered. So after this, everybody should ordinarily expect that it should be more easier for Nigeria military to go and kill Shekau or wipe Boko Haram away. But the reverse was the case. That was when Brutai decided to go to the northeast. And when he decided to go to the northeast, I told Nigeria I told you that he just go there to regroup them. And watch this man now having the same thoughts of why all of a sudden
the army chief Buratai decided to relocate. And even when he relocated, we thought this matter will have been dealt with completely. But to our surprise, we will hear today that 81 people have been killed, about 40-something people have been killed, this and that. And military formations have been attacked, and so forth and so on. So for us to be confident that what Mr. President is saying, we want those places where they say Boko Haram is no longer occupying, for there to be a peace tour. Let people go, let the army go there and go around, and let us see if they have not been attacked. Then we will be confident that everything, is back to normal. But as it is now, the menace of Boko Haram is like a recurring decimal. It will seem that the federal troops are winning, but then again the Boko Haram would strike, and then the whole thing now becomes another different situation. So Nigerians are not very confident because we have had statements from technically defeated to degraded to almost defeated, and now we are now talking about that they have left the villages and so forth and so on. So if they have, we are not saying that the armed forces are not trying their best and they are not securing our lives and property. We appreciate them because we are all Nigerians. Their action affects us. So we pray for them daily and we wish them success all the time. But it is not fair when in enumerating your achievement, you give us alternative facts. What we see and what we hear and what we read is different from what you are saying. So are we now expected to agree that in the Northeast, no local government is occupied by the Boko Haram insurgents, when even bandits are occupying local governments? Talk more of Boko Haram. Bandits are occupying local governments in Zamfara and some other, in Katsina and some other places. And then you are not talking about more deadlier Boko Haram, and they are no longer in any local government. In Borno State, I beg to disagree with Mr. President. Mr. President may give real out his achievements, but in reeling out his achievement, he has to be modest in explanation. Not to his writers should be more modest, not to give a report that at the end of the day will ridicule him. When we begin to discover that several local governments are currently being occupied by Boko Haram.
Perhaps that also underscores what the president said in his speech when he talked about local government and state governments revamping their intelligence assets so that security agencies can latch on to the information that they receive from the state and local government intelligence assets and be able to nip these attacks in the bud. In other words,
and for those of you who are saying, if I have any idea, I should give it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu first. You think if I have idea, I have another person to give it to, if not to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, I cannot be fighting and supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then when it comes to giving him idea, I'm not going to give that idea. Believe me, that is why I have not made this idea public. That is why I will not discuss this idea with anyone. So whatever idea I'm going to have, I cannot be fighting for other people to join hand with Nnamdi Kanu, and then at the same time, I have idea of how to get Biafra, I don't give it to him. So I don't think that makes sense at all. You just heard me in that opening speech. I said I am going to debate with this Emeka Emekesiri, and then after that, if my argument is more superior than his, I will now urge him and probably all advise me to come out in the first place. So if I have anything that will bring Biafra, do you think somebody like me can bring Biafra on my own? I cannot bring Biafra on my own. It has to go under a platform. And at the moment, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB has become the only formidable platform. So any idea I have or anything I have to do, it has to.
The president is literally calling for collaboration between the local and state government's security assets as well as the federal government. What's your take on that? Do you think that will help?
Of course. Anything at this time will be of use to Nigeria. If the local governments have, intelligence network that will help, it is important that they bring it out and bring, and help even the states. If they have anything, they can collaborate and bring it out, the security agencies to win the war. But in winning the war, they need our assistance, they need our help. That is them information, this is what they are doing, this is how they are doing it, and then government is doing its own responsibility by providing the necessary tools, that is the necessary material and human resources to do the job. I think the issue of Boko Haram will have been and bandits will have been a long forgotten matter.
Let me take this back to Mr. Garba Shehu. That item in the president's speech may suggest to some that the local government and state government intelligence are silos. I remember over the past few months, and if not more than a year as well, the president has been calling for increased and improved collaboration among security agencies at all tiers of government. It would seem from this speech that hasn't been happening. How do you react to that?
I will answer this, and I hope I'll get the chance to also offer some information on some of the things that...
We don't need to listen to this man. And I have done it before. This is not the first time. We just need to go further. We don't need to listen to him because what he says here doesn't...
Nigerian. Yes, he did the right thing by escalating our own defenses, because if they are in our territory, they will cause harm. But
not know the sponsors of Boko Haram.
If they are known, the attackers came from nobody.
Does that mean we do not know the sponsors of Boko Haram?
If they are known, they will be fished out and dealt with. Boko Haram has established linkages with the distant enemies of peace in the world.
You see that? Remember this government, remember this same government of which this man has been the spokesperson or the media advisor or whatever he is, has always maintained that they know the sponsors of Boko Haram. Do you remember that? Remember that this same Garba Shehu, they have always maintained they know the sponsors of Boko Haram. Now he is denying it.
If they are known, they will be fished out and dealt with. Boko Haram.
Does that mean we do not know the sponsors of Boko Haram?
If they are known, they will be fished out and dealt with. Boko Haram has established linkages with the distant enemies of peace in the world. They have alliances with the Al-Qaeda and getting money from.
Could you, before you respond to all the matters, perhaps that Mr. Shu has spoken about, tell us, the Jonathan administration at that time did also tell the country that they were going to name the sponsors of Boko Haram. That didn't happen.
Well, you know, we let us say clearly that at that time, it was the heat, you know, to make more, more damages by being more terrific or terror infested. So everywhere bombs were being detonated across the country. At that time, the emphasis was to manage and to be able to stop them from all these things. Now, as it was going on, other investigations were still going on too. You know, as to who are the key sponsors of this Boko Haram. So, you know, prior to our departure from government, government couldn't name anybody because at that time the investigations had not, been concluded. If you remember, the Jonathan administration was always setting up panels and so forth to really investigate this thing. You know, there was the General Sabo committee that was to ascertain the Chibok girls, and then the Minister for Special Duties, Kabiru Turaki SAN, was to handle the general investigation of the Boko Haram segments working on that. But when government goes, another government continues. So we expect that where we stopped, and since we have given a handing over, this government will continue. Security issues are not issues that you always discuss, openly on the pages of newspapers or in the media houses, because you will be giving the opponents and the opportunity to know what you are doing and how you are perceiving them and how they can now defend themselves. So most times, the major issue that we have is that even the security agencies themselves are not coordinated. If you remember, at one point, the National Security Advisor, General Mongono, said one time that the security agencies are working at cross purposes, and which means that they don't have synergy. So they don't share information, they don't share intelligence, they don't share anything. So
Mr. Umar, that's a very good place to take the issue up with Mr. Garba Shehu. You just heard him, Mr. Shehu. He just, talked about something that even the president has also talked about, the fact that the security operatives are not working in collaboration. They're not working together to begin to collaborate. Perhaps that is one of the challenges that we're having with security, attaining our security targets, Mr. Shehu. How do you react to that?
I will react by querying your own question first, because
now you have listened to all of. I don't want to be playing this Garuba Shehu because the guy irritates me. He's the only. Him and Femi Adesina are the only people in this whole world that irritates me. So I don't want to be listening to him, except any day I want to. Listen to him and make analysis from what is coming out from his mouth. Apart from that, but the information I want to pass, the man here from the north.
He's saying about the security situation in the Northeast is something that has gone, perhaps not completely. But what I will say is that we have not even woken up to fighting Boko Haram until Chad, a little country, went and dealt a severe blow to Shekau fighters, to the extent that Shekau had to lament and was almost in hysteria, before, the army chief will have been dealt with completely. But to our surprise, we will hear today that 81 people have been killed, about 40-something people have been killed, this and that, and military formations have been attacked, and so forth and so on. So for us to be confident that what Mr. President is saying, we want those places where they say Boko Haram is no longer occupying, for people for there to be a peace. Let people go, let the army go there and go round, and let us see if they have not been attacked. Then we will be confident that everything, is back to normal. But
have you heard it? This man turned to normal. Let the military go there on peace tour to walk around. If Boko Haram didn't attack them, then they will know that it is true that the peace have returned back to normal. Unfortunately, few days after this man broadcast, this was what happened. Just few days after this man said this was what happened in the village of the National Security Advisor. You see, Central Junior Secondary School, Monguno. When you look at here, they even have UK flag, United Kingdom flag. You see, Boko Haram captured it. This is the Central Junior Secondary School, Monguno. And tell me, this is a village, a hometown of the National Security Advisor to the presidency. Where are the security agents? And then you tell me Boko Haram is not holding any territory in the north. You tell me Boko Haram is not holding any place in the north. Look at them inside town. Inside town. This is not in the roadside. This is not in Damaturu, Meduguri Road or Yobe Road. This is not in the road. This is not in Express Road. This is not in Sambisa Forest. This is not in Sambisa Forest. This is inside the Monguno town. Inside the Monguno town. You can see it. This is inside town. This is not in Sambisa Forest. And Boko Haram have the opportunity to take video, record video, bomb even military APC. I'm going to show you now the bombing of the military APC. You see it? Monguno. Look at Boko Haram destroying even a signboard. You You see? Now, in other words, this is worse than what you see period to 2015 when when there were so much upsurge of the Boko Haram attack. This is worse, like never seen before. What you are seeing here now is worse than ever in 2020 in June. And when you may notice that not even all of them are shooting to tell you how powerful they were. They were not, some people are not even shooting. Some people have their gun in their shoulder. Now look at this one. He have his gun in the shoulder. You see? This one has gun in the shoulder. He's not even shooting. Very relaxed. Look. Very relaxed. Look. Very relaxed. Now, what you are looking at now is APC. Is military tanks. This is military APC. What is this military APC doing here? Abandon. You see? Military abandoned their APC. For you to understand the level of the Boko Haram insurgent power of the Boko Haram insurgents. The military abandoned their own armory, their own APC. Do you understand that? You see? This is the APC of military, and they are going to bomb it. You see another one? You see another military APC? You see? For you to understand the level and the magnitude of Boko Haram power, they did not even care to take this APC but abandoned by the military. They did not want it. What they did was for you to know, understand how sophisticated, how powerful they are. They abandoned this APC and they did not even want to take it. They did not even want to take it. They had to bomb the APC. Now watch. You see, all you see here are military vehicle, probably with arms and ammunition. Look at it. You see that? This one is another military. This one is another APC. You see, now they throw bomb. Now they throw hand grenade inside this one. You see? Boko Haram bombing APC. Look. Boko Haram bombing APC. You see? They are bombing military. They are bombing abandoned military vehicle. They don't need it. They don't need it. They don't need it. That is to show you what Burutai have done. That is to show you what Burutai have done. They don't even need it. They have enough military equipment directly from Boko Haram and his associate. Or from Burutai and his associate. So, like I said, I'm not going to waste much of your time. This is already 1 hour, 14 minutes. The thing is here is this. The only thing that will put an end to what we just watched now and to all these killings, the only thing that will put Nigeria was the interest of the terrorists. Now, how will Nigeria disintegrate? is another story for another day. Every different group have their own way of how they want to achieve the disintegration of Nigeria and all that. But remember, disintegration of Nigeria will either happen in peace or in pieces. So on this note, I will now open my telephone line for my advisors to call in, because believe me, those who are picking your advices, and believe me, it is adding something to this agitation. And because I have come this late, and because a lot of you will be sleeping, I will open the line between now. What is the time now? This is almost 2 a.m. So we will stop at 2:30 a.m. in this of this time, 2:30 a.m. So which will be in Biafra. It will be 11:30 or so. Was it? Is it 11:30? No, it's gonna be 12:30. 12:30 a.m. So I will open this line, and it is gonna be for 30 minutes. No matter what, we are going to stop. We are going to stop at this 12:30. So the call already started coming. And this is Nigeria call. Hello. Hello, good evening, good morning. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Okay, this is Chidi. I'm calling from Bahrain.
Sorry?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Chidi from where?
I'm calling from Bahrain.
Mr. Chidi from Bahrain. Welcome to the program.
Okay. I've been following you for
thank you very much,
more than 8 months now.
Thank you very much.
So my advice to you this evening is, you know how hard our people is to deal with them. I'm money Igbo. So I must tell you the truth. I'm on this Biafran struggle because the kind of love I trust I have in you. I believe in you so much. Yes. I believe in collective effort. Exactly. I see some people commenting on law. That's not what we need. So those comments get distracted because all distracted affect many lives. Even if not only they made for any other thing, made for the sake of souls, they lose go. Manda kagaji lose na Biafra land.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. This is my contribution.
Like I said, I don't want anybody to trust me, but at least take the thing that God is, saying through me. Very, very important.
Yeah.
You don't need to. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you. Thank you very much. And God bless your family.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. The line is jamming all the time. Hello. Hello, good morning, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, my name is Daniel. I'm calling you from Auckland.
Mr. Daniel, welcome to the program.
Okay, thank you. My suggestion is this. I know I'm not in Hegishike, but Nigeria goes on up. My brother's ọzọ na-abụọ ga-ekewu na Biafra ga-adị then Nigeria adịrị. Nigeria ahụ ga-adị in a different name maka Christians ndị nọ na Kaduna, Christians ndị nọ na Kaduna, Christians ndị nọ na Taraba. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Christians ndị nọ na Taraba State, Christians ndị nọ na Kaduna, Christians ọchịchị ahụ n'aka ebe ahụ because ọ ndị ahụ ga-egbochi terrorism continue rinne na Nigeria because terrorism rie nne ebe ahụ ha ga-abịakwa ime anyị attack. So but o doro m anya that na anyị agara ekwe ha. So ihe m na-ekwu okwu ya wụrụ ka enwe ike irita ndị Kristian ndị nke fọrọ n'ugwu Awụsa n'uru akpọ Tafawa Balewa local government na Bauchi. Ha wụ Tafawa Balewa ji gakpụ isi n'ala. Tafawa Balewa local government ahụ sọ ndị Kristian nọ n'obodo ahụ. Ebe na Plateau State ọtụtụ n'ime ha wụ Christians. Ega Gombe State, indigenous people nọ na Gombe State wụ Christians. Yes. But these people are so much humiliated. They bully these people, no go na enwezi another option. Ebe na Nasarawa State, enwere indigenous Ekong people ndị wụ Christians. Ndị kpọrọ Fulani ash. Ha na-achọ ụzọ ha ga-eji nwere onwe ha, but ha pikitere ha. So m na-ekwu okwu ya wụ not until oziọma Chineke eruo ndị Ekong na Nasarawa ntị, not until oziọma eruo ndị Tafawa Balewa local government nọ na Bauchi ntị, not until ebe ahụ ka mmụọ ha n'olileanya ha nwee ike ịdị ka ma akwa na ọbụrụ ụdị ọkụ nke before.
Hello. Can you give your message in English? Because if you are saying these people you are talking about now may be listening to you. People from the side you are talking about may be listening to you. So at the same time, you are passing the message across to them. So because of the sensitivity, or the sensitivity of the message you are passing through, I'm giving you more.
Who has lived in Bokos? Part of the Plateau.
This person that is calling me from Nigeria should stop calling my number.
These people has been so much slaughtered. They have been humiliated and killed in such a way that they don't have any other hope. We want to let you know today that we are here for you. It is only the Biafrans that will set you free. If you go to Taraba State, people from Jalingo, people from Okare, you do not have any other hope other than Biafra. I know the Christians there. I know you people are there. If you go to Kaduna State, places like Guanto, those Christians down there in the southern Kaduna, I know very few of you are remaining. Very few have run away from your local areas, inside those bushes where you people used to farm, join the Fulanis to come and fight your brothers. But to forgiving you people, we are trying to let you know today that there is still hope. We will defeat. And this defeat is not just going to be by talking. So many plans are laid down. So we want to give you hope that any day it starts, this is where you are going to belong. This is the only place that will give you hope because you are the indigenous people. If you go to Gombe State, Gombe, there are indigenous people there. You guys are Christians. You guys know the religion. You guys know the religion we are talking about is not religion of church or whatever. We are talking about the religion of indigenous owners of the land. These are your lands, and these lands has been taken over from you. So we are trying to let you know that we are going to help you get your land back, and you are going to be in charge of your land. So that it will not be when it can happen, you'll be running shelter, you don't know where to belong. This is where you will belong. You are not coming to be your land is going to go back to your hand again. So I have mentioned Jalingo, all these places, especially people from Takum, inside those places, from Takum, close to the military barrack, all the way down right inside those forests, there is still hope. So the good message is for you. Call your people at home, tell them there is hope. Tell them whenever this thing happens, this is where they are going to belong. If our uniform is going to blue, anywhere they see blue, they should join the group. You know, people in Bukru, near Bukru South local government, back of those places, you know, they don't come there. You know how you people fight with them. You understand? So what I'm trying to let you know is that keep those rifles that you have. I know the rifle you use against them that and keep them back. There is still hope. We are going to use them back.
Thank you very
much. When we come to give, you know, the way we give you support, then we'll give you the support again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
much. Call your people at home. Let them know what is coming up. We are here with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. That is a very direct message. Thank you very much. Hello? Hello? Yes, good evening, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from. Good evening, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yes, my name is Captain Emeka Gogom, calling from Sydney, Australia.
From Sydney, our own Emeka, welcome to the program again.
Okay, our Okonkondem of modern Biafra.
Thank you very much.
The reason why I called is that I'm a member of Eastern Nigeria Rescue Forum, which is largely comprised by Biafrans of African Eastern Nigeria resident in Australia. And it is more or less doing. We need an intellectual Australian government to begin to expose what Eastern Nigeria.
Yes.
And we've made a very strong effort in making sure that we make Nigerian government very recognized as an inhuman government. Yeah. Doing this, and we're also supporting IPOB. our local, to make sure only IPOB members will fight and get this struggle. I've watched some of them, I read some of them posting there that you must pass through Nnamdi Kanu to do everything. Why must it be so? You know, it doesn't have to be. This thing is not all about Nnamdi Kanu. It is all about whose interpretation of the elephant is different. But at the end of the day, they have a total understanding of what an elephant looks like. Yes. The insisting that you must be a member IPOB to fight this struggle is rubbish. We need to accept that. I would rather live in Nigeria to a totalitarian Biafra. We want a Biafra that is all about the Biafran. Not to support him indirectly, but not as an IPOB current card member. So this is what I want to say, that those foot soldiers that are abusing everybody that believes in Biafra but is seeing it from a different perspective, they are doing disservice to this cause and they need to stop. They need to stop it because they are being ignorant and being very, very myopic in this struggle. That's what I want to say, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you understand, are you there? Are you there?
Yes, please.
Yes. So if you understand, of course, some of the issue of this IPOB sometimes is very, very sensitive. If you listen to the deputy leader, the other IPOB members coming to tell him that he worship idol and something like that. These are the issues of, you know, just orientation. Orientation is what is needed. Like somebody like me, I'm not wanting everybody to trust me. You cannot gain trust of everybody. It is impossible. So I'm not wanting everybody to trust me. And if I don't want to also go into discussing IPOB, because IPOB is a formidable group. I wouldn't be part of a Biafran that we go and start discussing IPOB as a topic. I don't want to do that. Even if there is a need for it, I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I have become a symbol of unification of different groups. And I acknowledge the fact that if I have anything to do today as Biafra is concerned, I would rather give it to IPOB. I would rather give it to the Nnamdi Kanu. At least they have convinced me, even though some people are saying, Ekpa, go and take an oath and all that. I don't want anybody to trust me, but at least if you know that what I'm saying or the idea I'm going to give you is going to hold water, you take the idea and leave me. I will be very happy to see Biafra come. I will be happy.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I will be very happy not to be in this struggle for more than 5 years. Because,
beautiful,
you know, I don't want to be 21 years like other people and nothing to show for it. I don't want to be more than 5 years in this struggle. So we have to, within this short period, at most of, because honestly, everybody is everybody is turning back on Nigeria, and believe me, before this year runs out, I don't think you will have anybody from the eastern Nigeria that will be for Nigeria. No matter how
Nigeria is dead.
No matter
Nigeria
how
is
comfortable
dead
they
and
are.
forgotten.
So we have to come to terms with that everybody is turning back, and it is time we put our differences aside and fight for this
Absolutely. Absolutely. Magnus Oraka was a member of Eastern Unity Assembly we formed. He went and criticized Nnamdi Kanu. We kicked him out immediately.
Yes.
We kicked him out of that. He was our leader. But once he went and criticized Nnamdi Kanu, we said, no, you have breached our...
That's the way it should be.
Yes.
It should serve as an example for any other person. You must not go and start criticizing for Biafra. It is not right, especially the formidable group we have now. And the leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. That's even though. A lot of them are fighting me for, my allegiance to him and to his group. Of course, I'm not bothered because I have the personal conviction. For my people, nobody approached me. Nobody brainwashed me to do this because I know it is the right thing to do.
Beautiful.
I know that it has come to do it.
Yeah, God bless you. God bless you. What you are doing in this struggle, that is immeasurable. People don't know that you have succeeded in destroying Nigeria. You have done a very beautiful job. Keep it up. Don't listen to those ignorant people who don't understand the intellectual dimension to this struggle.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Captain.
Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you too. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, boss. It's Simon Ekpa.
Good evening, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, my name is George. I'm calling from Leicester.
Mr. George, welcome. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, what I want to put into this strong. First of all, I want to thank you for this effort that you are putting, and thank our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. But no, the observation in them were for Radio Biafra, which I think that I made a mistake na Radio Biafra. That mistake is that most of your broadcasts, if you are analyzing your broadcast and it's well understandable. So I think Radio Biafra per se, they broadcast your program, even if it's recorded, like after your live broadcast. It have to be a program because that's what motivates people. Like I myself, it's through you I joined this struggle. I'm not an IPOB member, but I'm a Biafra. So he have explored things and anyhow to make it happen. So that's number one. If they can be able to do that, so that in the Nigeria, because Onuku has a powerful momentum game people, and I think more of Biafra. Even those our leaders, how you are analyzing things, how you are making things through Radio Biafra. They will now you, Nande Kanu and Uchemefo, all the people for this agitation in a board of trustee. It is not bankata because I never this our struggle or the cheap. So it coming out say becoming cheap because Nande Kanu Ekpa now analyze it. It may receive call after Omecha broke Uchemefo and others. They charismatic to answer to analyze things for us to understand it. Because in the Igbo, I will thick brain and thick mind. So we need somebody that will melt that mind, melt that stone, melt that. So I because he wake people, he wake those sleeping tigers up. So so when you try and analyze things about Biafra, I got to Simon live broadcast, analyze the area, quality everything. I can't wear this before I know anything of an idea because when the name of Kuna or men and another thing. These foot soldiers of IPOB. I went to Nigeria on March. I talked to in February. I talked to my people. I called village boys, village vigilante. I talked to them about Biafra.
This person calling me, sorry. This person calling me from Nigeria. One more call from them. You have been calling me now for more than 10 times.
Okay, thank you. This IPOB foot soldiers. When Nigeria, some of them Nigeria, and then was in the Biafra like trailer drivers in the Pioneer motor, general offload. Group of people after going off on IPOB IPOB. So it become a chaos, it become a something distraction na Igbo. Because when they take it on our they use it as an advantage. Anyhow, IPOB member. So we should know. Should know how to control those people, how to talk to them. And I believe that now we don't have to be IPOB member to fight for Biafra. I'm not an IPOB member. We have all these things around. For us to know people will have so the beginning of this. But just not prolong our phone to be agitated because I'm not a careless of and you can make a mistake. So just not almost say broadcast end call everybody to end. That you always have a conversation with.
Just 1 moment. I've just posted a number. A Nigerian number. Everybody watching me now to engage this Nigerian number. Make sure that number don't disturb this program again. Engage him. The number ends with 280. Engage that number. Call him and disturb him until this program ends. Thank you. Go ahead again. 1 minute more.
So one night when you pico Cavaro, organize yourself. Organize those people that you know. Which for us to have a board of trustees, meeting now. If I got to get we already got Biafra. It's how we're gonna run it. Exactly. How we gonna do it. So meeting now meeting board of trustees. Meeting how we run it. How we gonna get this? The country I can meet, if I get embassy because I know and I believe in myself, Biafra, I am and Biafra.
Yeah. Because
the yes. And so our aim is now when that time come, are we ready to make all this to make necessary action because I am a problem. Now with all this I call them all these government leaders in the southeast. Only another war I got fight. Biafra because they will think that now Biafra that will come and kill them. IPOB member will come and destroy them. Do this, but this is board of trustees. It's the people that we're working hard, discussing, meeting upon meeting. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna curtail? How are we gonna minimize the thing that the problem I get with Biafra? But I said this is the time to do it because Biafra already called.
Thank you. Also, I will.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much. I will also urge you to also call to Radio Biafra when the Radio Biafra is online, because somebody have just suggested that you can also call Radio Biafra to air this view on Radio Biafra as well, because it is good that you call there and air it, because we need. That is how I think it is a right advice from the person who commented now. Just call the Radio Biafra the next time Mazi Uchemefo is online, or whenever they are having program, you can call also and air this for the benefit of doubt. You air this thing, this what you just said now on this program. That would be very great if you do that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, Mr. Solomon. Welcome to the program.
Hence from Anambra State, Oyi local government.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Simon Obed. Thank you for your programs, and thank you for all your effort and the energy you put into campaigning for Biafran restoration.
Thank you.
We all applaud you for the encouragement you have also given to others who also have some skill to put as for this to be real, that are still staying back. Actually, you have been an encouragement for most of them trying to spring up and to put their skill towards the restoration of Biafra. Thank you very much. Your style is good, but about IPOP. Do anything for Biafra until you become the member of IPOP. No policy in IPOP that says that. And some people don't know how to respond to authority or verify facts from the authority. Anything anybody, member of IPOP in any street, in any locality says that you don't understand, please verify it from the authority, from the main authority of IPOP. And if you don't have the means to verify it from the authority that constitutes, only have a policy that if you have to do anything in the name of IPOP, you must be a member of IPOP. Simon Otta, you started this program, you did not consult Nnamdi Kanu. You did not consult IPOP authority before you start. But because of your good job, Nnamdi Kanu has commended you, and Uchemofo has commended you. So anybody who is coming online to lie against IPOP, it gets me angry. So there is no policy that says before you work for Biafra or before you put effort in restoration of Biafra that you must be a member of IPOP. No policy in IPOP that says so. The only thing that IPOP has as a policy, anything you have to do in the name of IPOP under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you must be a verifiable member. And you must follow the process, sign the deal. When they want to go into any office, even to get a job in this Western world, they have to sign the policy. Which is the oath you take.
Thank you. Thank you
So
very much.
the policy is that nobody should do anything in the name of IPOP under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without being a member of IPOP. You must be the member of IPOP. And if anybody you are doing anything in the name of Biafra, and anybody is telling you you must be the member of IPOP, refer to that person that there is no policy in IPOP that says so. Nnamdi Kanu said, anything you can do anywhere to restore Biafra, do it.
Exactly.
So people should stop running with lies. This is very, very bad. They always anchor on things that divide us than the things that unite us. Are you denying? Is it good job? So is it not good that they are seeing Simon Ekpa in Facebook, in Facebook, then supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and supporting IPOB? Are they not happy? Are they not happy with the wisdom that the God of our land has given to you? So please, I'm addressing it right now because the man just, I was watching your program and I'm sitting comfortable with, but when he made this comment, he's here in Australia. If he wants my number, please give him my number. Let him call me. It's like when we went to Igbo meeting here. The Igbo people, they are complaining that IPOP members are not attending. I said it is an individual thing. I'm attending an Igbo meeting. IPOP member who doesn't attend an Igbo meeting, there is no policy in IPOP that says that we should not attend Igbo meeting. That people are just doing it in their own pace, and you should not bring it as a general. You should not generalize it to all IPOP.
Yes.
So people should stop telling lies about IPOP. Stand by the truth. If you are ready to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, support him. If you are not ready, do your own thing and let people see it that you want Biafra, not coming to lie around.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry that I've taken your time, but that is just the way I feel. I just want to debunk that lie.
Yes, I
so
gave you this time.
Move forward.
I gave you this time, allow you to talk, because a lot of people are saying cut him off. No, I allow you to talk because one, you've called to correct some impression. You've called on behalf of IPOB as an IPOB member. From the same Australia where our captain called from. But another thing is that, of course, he did not say, you try to understand, it is the policy of IPOB, and I'm not responding now on his behalf, but I'm just telling you what he said. He said that some foot soldiers of the IPOB, like, it is not the policy of IPOB. He was not attacking IPOB. He was saying that some people who are going in social media, like the foot soldiers who are going in social media to say if you are not a member of IPOB or you're not a member of IPOB, you are nobody, or you are not Biafra or something like that. He was not directly referring to IPOB as a body. He was not directly referring to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but he was referring to some members who will go and start attacking anybody that talks Biafra and you are not an IPOB oath member. That was the people he was referring to. I'm not saying that I'm defending him for what he said, but I just want to put it for more clear, to be more clear, so you will understand what he said. He did not attack IPOB directly. He did not attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but he was talking about those.
I listened to. I listen to what he has to say. Forget, I know our people to say. Anything that any member of IPOP said anywhere, the only place IPOP, then if you did not verify it from the authority that this is their policy, then you don't need to aim it. Yes. Because everybody is entitled to his own opinion. Exactly. The only thing that is important here now is something that is established as a policy. That is what you have to aim. But if any member come to say, like anything, anything can be anything. Anybody says, everybody speak with different languages and understanding. But when you come to aim it, then you must verify that this is a policy. But exactly. I'm here to debunk it and say it's never a policy.
Exactly.
If there's anything you wanted to do for Biafra to come, do it, even if you don't like to conduct IPOP.
Yeah, and that's why I gave you this time to talk, to debunk the.
Thank you. I don't need to take much of your time.
Thank you very much.
I'm your blood brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you
in Australia. God bless Biafra and God. God bless Simon Ekpa for the good job that he is doing. I love your campaign.
Thank
Please
you very much.
continue, my brother. We are behind you. God bless you.
Bless you too. All right. Hello. The time I wanted to end this broadcast is still, I wanted to end it and I'm already 5 minutes late. But guess what? Because of a very interesting, because this has become very interesting evening, I am putting another 30 minutes. So you see, the power that propels me will always give me strength to continue. So I wanted to end like 5 minutes ago, but because of the very interesting conversation and discussion this evening, I'm going to extend it another 30 minutes. And remember, this is already 2:35 a.m. where I am. So I'm going to sleep today 3 a.m. just like I slept yesterday 3 a.m. So, all right, we have a call on the line. Good evening, good morning. Remember where you're calling from, please.
Hello, my name is Chika Omiko. I'm calling from United Kingdom.
Mr. Chika, welcome to the program.
Yeah, I'm trying to advise that our brother that called from UK. The thing is that there's a lot of things that people doesn't know why people are always shouting about. Go and join IPOB, go and join IPOB. There's a lot of things our leader always say that is not public knowledge. Join IPOB. In London here, all these things people are bringing suggestions. It's like if you just join Biafra struggle and you think people have not been doing things. We've gone number 10. From work, I go to rally in London. I come back to Birmingham. I go again the next day. This is the thing. We'll be suffering. We'll be doing things. So if you're not an IPOB member, you don't close to IPOB, you will not understand what we've been going through. And another thing he said that IPOB people go to the village and start robbing. They claim that do it is Mazop people. IPOB can never do that. I can bet everything I have. So most people will come to the air to things. All of us are in the same thing. You are doing your good job. Nobody is doubting you. You are putting everybody listening to you will focus attention to listen to you. But let us deviate from all this criticism.
Yeah.
IPOB, they will say it fine. People can say things. And what do you think that goes on in your platform? I was watching Heritage today. People are still coming there in Igbo name and criticizing them. And they are taking the Igbo people that are doing this. People can have fake notes. Forget about the comment. Yes. Anybody that you know that is OJG can say something. But people that genuine people, they can come and write rubbish. And you will leave what you're doing and start talking, oh, who is writing this? They're distracting you. Forget about this. Any genuine person is a genuine person. If you don't want to take on to be an IPOB member, do your own thing. And when you're doing it, nobody's going to fight you. Nobody's going to criticize you. Forget all those people that come around and said, you take out me. Biafra, I believe, is not by force.
Yeah.
If he wants to, but what I know is that the things that come from the leaders of IPOB, I will not tell you that. I'll keep it to myself. Because this is the reason why we're having the fact, because we trust each other, we focus. If IPOB doesn't have this structure we have now, we cannot last up to these 5 years now. More than 5 years. We have people that everybody trusts. And people, so anybody that do wrong thing, it's not the kind of IPOB I belong to. Because I believe because I'm an IPOB, I want to show a good example.
Yes.
So anybody that comes there to write something in your wall, believe me, that person is not an IPOB member.
Yeah.
Nobody is an IPOB member who by force you to do things that you don't want to do.
My own brother too.
Right. Yeah, but I'm not I'm from Abia State, but I was born in Abakaliki.
Okay.
I was born in Abakaliki, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Not so
can I some Bogota?
Oh, every day I have some bona.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And,
all right.
Have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much. Ononi Bako, I can see you. Ononi Bako, I can see you are calling. You know. Your number have a very magic number. It comes all the time and it goes through.
Hello?
Yes. Hello, is that Ononi Bako?
Hello, Mr. Simon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Ononi Bako calling you from India.
Yes, because this your number have a very magic number. It's always coming through. What are you using? What are you using?
It's a special number.
What are you using to call my number when people are trying for ages and they never get it? What is the secret?
My number has become a regular number. So everybody, your phone has recognized my number. So whenever I call, there must be a way.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mr. Simon. I want to say something here. Right. You know, when the children of Israel were living in Egypt, some Israelites fought alongside with Pharaoh to kill their brothers. Okay? Mm-hmm. Not every Biafran supports Biafra. Mm-hmm. And every Biafran must not support Biafra. I'm not saying that it's not a good thing to support Biafra. But there are those that their heart is hidden. Their heart is hardened. They don't, no matter whatever you do, you cannot please them. You understand? They are saying now that we insult this person, we don't like this. We like everybody, but we are all tired. We are all frustrated. We want to be liberated. So whenever we attack you, we are not attacking your personality. We are attacking you because we are frustrated. Yes. So we don't want anybody to distract us. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Yes, we don't. That's why people say that Igbo people lack leaders. But we have leaders. We don't just follow anybody. We are following you because you have the leadership quality in you. We are following Usemefo. We are following Nnamdi Kanu. We are following every other Biafra agitator because they have leadership qualities in them. It's not we cannot just follow an elderly man, an old man say, hey, he's an elder, let's follow him because he has a white beard. We don't do that. We need a leader. We need a Moses. We need a Joshua. We don't just follow people because they are old. No. So please, people should leave us alone. We are tired. We are frustrated. They will be on their comfort zone, bringing action. Let's do this. But they cannot attend any single meeting of IPOP or any Igbo organization in their own domain. They don't do that. But whenever you rise to say something nice, to do something good, that's when they will come up. You should have done it this way. You shouldn't have done it the other way. Do it. where we are you?
Yes.
What are you doing in your own comfort zone?
Exactly.
Thank you. People should just thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bro Izzy, can you call me? Can you?
Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you calling from, please?
Yeah, my name is Paul. I'm calling from the United States of America. I'm one of the IPOBA coordinators. You know,
Mr. Paul,
honestly speaking, I'm very mad with what the two guys said before the IPOBA member spoke about it. You know, IPOB, you know, what we have in store for our family, you know, is just to respond. You know, refer our family, yes. I mean, I'm tired of being in the United States of America. I want to go back home.
Yes.
Understand? But the point for somebody to come out to criticize Nnamdi Kanu is uncalled for. You know, everything, we lost men in this struggle, my brother. You know how it is, you know, to lose somebody that is very dear to you.
Exactly.
You know, they can't just be outside. They don't know how we follow chain of command. It's obey. You have to obey the chain of command. I feel the member can't just come out and do whatever thing you see you have to do. You got to get suspended because of that. Understand? It's not because of what the Kanu did. We're not going to be where we are today. I don't know if you see me, bro. It is very crazy, my brother. Understand? I do appreciate what you're doing, okay? But the point, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
The point I'm trying to make is that you cannot be outside and know what is inside the market. You have to be inside. You have to make it open. If you want to join, you join. You know, but you cannot do anything on the IPOB while you're outside. If he's not shouting, you're not going to be inside. You're not going to hear his voice. You confirm it several times. It's because of this shouting. He's shouting, that's why you had his voice. You come over and you have been tested and you have been proven that you're one of us, even though you're not registered IPOB member. Okay? They should get what they want. You know, they should get any plan, any can make it open. If you have any plan, anything that's going to get us to Biafra land, that's all we want. I've been in the United States for more than 20 years. I want to go back home, my brother. Understand? They should, anything that's going to move us forward, not to come over here and start talking to us about our leader. I don't appreciate that, my brother. Understand? I do, commend you on what you're doing, but if you see these people, try to talk to them, okay? Let them follow the path like you did. You know, you have to play your wings, you know, to get selected, to be in the lead. You know, I whenever, appreciate, I recommend you. You know, they should do the same. Not to just come over in your platform and started talking from the both sides of their mouth. You know, I appreciate what I've time to talk. Okay? Thank you very much. I love you, bro. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bro, Izzy, can you call? Yes, I think bro Izzy having some issues with that number. Please, and when your call is rejected, or shows that busy, it means that it means that it is disturbing the sound. Like you can be hearing the beep of the phone when it is ringing. So when somebody is talking and your number is showing like an incoming call, it will be making a lot of noise. And when there are many of them, I have to start stopping them, you know. So that's where you see that your number is busy. So I'm not rejecting anybody's call on purpose. I'm not rejecting anybody's call on purpose, please. Hello?
Yes, Master Simon Ekpa, how are you?
I'm all right. Your name and where you're calling from, please?
My name is Bright. I'm calling you from Alaska.
Mr. Bright, welcome to the program.
Thank you. The Bible, I was born a Christian and I'm still a Christian. The Bible said that when these things start happening, you should know that the kingdom of God is at hand.
Yes.
IPOB is now facing all these challenges. Nobody is talking about when Nnamdi walked on the ground in Ngwa High School and our people were killed. When Nnamdi marched his leg in Abakaliki and our people were killed. When Nnamdi Kanu were busy walking everywhere in Biafra land and he was humiliated, he was tortured. He has spent all his time to be, you know what? This Nnamdi Kanu is a spiritual man. I'm not going to lose this opportunity. I'm not going to lose him for anything. What I want you to believe is this. He is the Redeemer. He is the Savior. he has set an example. He has set a standard. And I want to assure everybody who is in this struggle, who believes in the doctrine and the teaching of IPOB, that more of all these, a lot of all these attacks are coming. Terrible and frustrating one will come this few period that we are. In less than 2 or 3, 4 months, we are going to have a very terrible and high challenge attacks within us. But I'm telling you, we are going to overcome, we are going to win. The teaching is true. Mazen Nambekalo said something. He said, if you do not see IPOB wherever you are, from one, I started with my household. I engaged my wife, and we have increased. Today we are 7 in number, but I started myself. Start IPOB wherever you are. Start IPOB wherever you are. The teaching of IPOB, I have taken my time. His own platform today, I will call him. I will tell him how I feel. I will understand his teaching if it is correct, I will support. If it is not correct, I will leave it. So let them stop criticizing our leader. Do your own. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Beautiful. So he has placed us a standard. He has given us a standard. This standard is good. We have seen it is good. We have seen how he sacrificed his life. We have seen the effort that he has made. But why is it that this time that Biafra is just in our tip? Look at all these irrelevant things coming up, even within that side. So I'm assuring every member of IPOB. Bible says, how will you know without a teacher? He has given us the teacher, and this teacher is the one who is leading us. He has shown us example. Let everybody who is here know that more of these attacks are coming.
Exactly.
And
Hello?
Yes, hello, Wezi.
Yes. Thank you for calling me, because I've been trying to get a hold of you, but you keep busy. So anyway, the point I wanted to make is this, okay? I was listening to this Solomon Peter from Australia. The guy did a brilliant job. See, this guy's an analyzer for another guy from Italy they call Patrick Dike, who's the IPOB coordinator in Italy.
Yeah.
So, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear
Hello?
you. I can hear you. Oh. Go ahead.
Okay. This guy that just called, Solomon Peter from Australia, the guy did a brilliant job, okay? The guy is an analyzer. Solomon from Australia is the guy that analyzes for this guy. This guy is excellent. He's brilliant. So I was listening to him, so I'm not going to add anything else to what he has said, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is this. If you look at everybody that calls you in that program and start talking about IPOB and that they start, hello?
Go ahead.
Yes. Every time they start with, I'm not a member of IPOB. You have a problem right there, okay? They're not a member of IPOB, but they're not a member of any other organization anyway fighting for Biafra. You don't even have to be a member, okay? The website. They tell you there, you don't have to be a member of IPOB. You can be what they call associate member. So what they want you to do is to contribute something, to pledge that you support IPOB. You don't have to be a member. So, but these guys are not members of IPOB. They're not associate members. They don't belong to any Biafra agitation group. But when they come, they first attack IPOB and they attack Nnamdi Kanu indirectly. And they tell you, oh, you know, we are an intellectual. The word intellectual is overrated, okay? You are an intellectual. Nnamdi Kanu is an intellectual. Uchemefo is an intellectual. I am an intellectual also. But every time people come and tell you they're an intellectual, this means they're going to feed you with bullshit, okay? That's what it means. Because if you look at the intellectual that claims they're fighting for the intellectual angle in Australia, why can't you be a member of IPOB and fight under IPOB as an intellectual arm of IPOB? Nnamdi Kanu goes all over the world, the United States, Australia, Belgium, everywhere, Japan, and fights for IPOB, for the restoration of... Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. So it's duplicate, it's nonsense. They're going to ask you who sent you. Let me give you an example, okay? We are at war, okay? Yes. Yes, we are at war. In war, you don't have democracy. All this nonsense about democracy, everybody can chip in. Yeah, you can form your own group, but you must come under one umbrella, under one leadership, under one command, under one authority. Exactly. Okay? If you go anywhere and your army, they have branches, okay? You have the Navy, you have the Air Force, you have the Army, you have the Marines, you have the Special Forces, but they come under one authority, okay? Just because you're in the Navy or you're in the Army or you're in the, in the Air Force does not mean you can go and just do your own thing, okay? So people must come under one authority, and the authority will recognize right now some as the Nnamdi Kanu under IPOB. If you're Masob, if you're Saridoko, it doesn't matter what group, if you told him Nadi and you refuse to come under Nnamdi Kanu under IPOB, how are you going to take order? Yeah? When the central command comes on, whose order are you going to take? This is what these people don't understand. Every time they come and they tell you, oh, you know, you don't have to be under IPOB. No, you don't have to be under IPOB. But there must be what is called synergy. Synergy means there must be coordination between all the different arms. Exactly. You must take order from one central authority. So anybody that calls you and start attacking IPOB and start talking all that nonsense, cut them off if you don't have anything else to say. And let me give you another example. Yes. Somebody just mentioned the Israelites when they were leaving Egypt. The reason why that is important is because we are religious people, okay? We like to base our argument on the Bible or something superstitious. Yes. When they were dragged out of Israel by force, remember now, okay? When they left Israel, there were 12 tribes. All those 12 tribes were given authority to do their own thing. But all of them came under authority of Moses. You see? If you refuse to come under the authority of Moses, they kill you. They don't even allow you to go back to Egypt because you're a saboteur. You see? That's what people don't understand. They think we have a democracy or, you know, Nnamdi Kanu, everybody can belong anywhere they want. It's nonsense. You must come under central authority, and that central authority that we know is Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. If you refuse, anybody that calls Americans is all talking nonsense but the intellectuals, okay? So don't tell anybody use that intellectual word to deceive you. Thank you. An intellectual, they argue in circle, don't make any sense whatsoever. You understand? Thank you very much. So I'm sorry to sound so angry, but I've listened to a program daily, and I'm tired of these people. Nonsense. Yes. It is time for you to start to join any group you want, but you must come under one. Sorry for being so angry and passionate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes.
Is always direct to the point. He don't beat around the bush. He's always said it.